Hey everyone, Monday, April 24th, 2017, and it's time to go to work on music. It's been a great day so far. I'm excited for the session, and we're in the groove. So, we're going to hit some online classes, going to do some drum work on some four-way coordination, and then hit the production front and move forward with this track. So, I'll try to talk you guys through as much of the interesting stuff as we go. Let's get to it. All right, really good session today. Got some great MIDI lessons in, talking about samplers, digital samplers, which is interesting. Got some really good research in on a band called 11 Fingers. They've had a couple big hits. Or sorry, Finger 11. They've had a few big hits, and I really like their sound. I feel like they have a really good blend of this like 90s like grunge aesthetic with like this really polished pop sound on their more recent records. I think it's pretty cool actually. Their earlier records definitely sound a little more experimental. Their later records sound much more polished. And it's cool, interesting to see a band progress like that over time because they've been playing for like probably 20 years at this point almost. The first record was 1998. Yeah, so that was really interesting, just exploring some new sounds. I hadn't really dug into their catalog, and I think that my friend who said that my music reminded me of theirs, actually, I know the track that she was thinking of when she made that association. And I thought, wow, what a great association, because like lyrically it's actually not that similar, but sonically it's actually like pretty close, which is pretty interesting. But I mean, definitely their production and like their songwriting and arranging is definitely a step beyond where my stuff has been in the past. But it's it's definitely interesting to kind of get inside other people's heads and get a different perspective on your own sound. You know what I mean? So that was great, and then got into a good drum practice. I was working through the final measure on page 5, I think, of four-way coordination, and I'm pretty excited actually to finish that page. That's going to be a major, major accomplishment because I've been trying to finish that page for like 5 years. I'm just coming back on and off, and it's just been a bit of a slog, man, a bit of a slog. But hey, persistence, persistence is the key. So I'm making headway there. I've got some good momentum. Took a short break, did some reading in my Recording Secrets for the Small Studio book by Mike Senior, reading about miking drum sets, and the big tip and takeaway from that was if you get the kit sounding really good and you get a reasonably good array sound, then you won't need as much spot miking, like individual instrument miking, which is good because the individual instrument mics don't necessarily sound as natural as the overall array does. And it's just a pretty consistent theme in that book, and in I think professional recording in general is like start with the right source, like get it sounding the way you want it from the very beginning. Start with a real, inspiration, legitimate inspiration, funnel that into a legitimately good part, and then funnel that through a legitimately good player playing something emotional with a really good sound and the right effects, like all that stuff, like just getting the signal chain right from the beginning creates all the best results later. It's like making food with great ingredients. You know what It's just there couldn't be a better analogy. So I'm really trying to apply that to the production work I'm doing right now. And I was just working on some variations for the intro to this bass line. I really like the original bass line. I think I'm going to keep that for maybe the verse or much of the song. I'm not sure how that theme's going to evolve. I might do some variations on it later in the song as well. But for now, I just wanted something to spice it up and get the track to really pop at the beginning, because I feel like the intro is really, really good, and I want to make sure that we maintain that spice and that energy through the rest of the track, which is, it's good to set the bar high, man. So that's what I was just working on there. I was tracking some variations. I'll listen back to them tomorrow. I don't feel like any of them were particularly like amazing, but definitely a couple of them were pretty solid. So I might do another session of tracking those tomorrow or the next day. I'll see how they sound. And if I don't get anything better than I got today, then I'll just roll with it. I'm not necessarily trying to get final takes right now, though, so I might just stick with the best one that I've done from today, sketch out the song like demo format, and then dig deeper on another pass through the track and like try to track everything perfectly. I think that's probably the way to go, even though it's gonna like bother me not doing it perfectly linearly, one step at a time. So we'll see how I do with that. But I'll keep you guys updated. Hope you guys are out there grinding towards your goals, enjoying the process as much as possible, having fun. Don't forget to have fun. Doing what you're choosing to do, ostensibly choosing it. In fact, most of what you're doing, you're probably choosing if you're like most folks around me. And if you're not enjoying your life, there's probably one person who's mostly to blame for that. I'm just sharing what I've been thinking about recently there. So anyway, just wishing you guys the best. Thanks for tuning in, and hope you got something out of today's practice session. I certainly did, and I'll check in with you guys tomorrow. Till then.